Hello everyone, welcome back to Bridgestone World Solar Challenge TV and our wrap for day 3. And boy, what a day it's been. Our leaders crossed the border into South Australia, and in the Challenger class it's another night of roadside camping, while entrants in the other two classes can enjoy a recharge in Alice Springs. Now the weather played a huge part in today's proceedings. Strong winds, well, they wreaked havoc for some of the teams, most notably K-Its Spirit from Japan. Well, their campaign ended abruptly when their car was blown off the road just short of the Devil's Marbles. The good news from the incident, there are no injuries for the crew and they've all arrived safely into Alice Springs along with their trailered vehicle. And their compatriots Team Tokai, well, they narrowly avoided a similar incident when they outran a whirly-whirly at lunchtime. Now the wind didn't cause any problems for Team Eindhoven. In fact, it helped the Dutch clock a speed of 120 kilometres an hour, all that with 3 passengers on board. In fact, they were cruising along just like a family sedan. In the outback town of Tea Tree lies Australia's most centrally located pub, and we caught up with some of the teams as they enjoyed a well-earned break at the control stop.
Day 3 of this solar-powered journey sees the team spreading out along the Stuart Highway. The front runners have already passed through the Tea Tree control stop, but we're here to see how the rest of the teams are travelling.
So far, so good. They're all fast cars. We had a little bit of a breakdown on the first day, mechanical wheel problem, but everything looks fine today. We've got good sunlight and a straight, flat road, so yeah, we're going to be in Alice Springs by tonight, I think.
We've had some struggles along the way, but we found a way around them, and we're making it through, so we're coming up.
We decided to run it at sort of like a little bit of a lower speed, reserve energy a bit, capture more from the sun, and yeah, it's going good so far, and we're bound to hit Alice Springs at about 4:30, 5 o'clock if everything goes to plan.
We've been traveling at around 80 kilometers an hour, and everything's been working very, very good. It's been awesome. We actually have a lot of energy and no problems at all. Our batteries are well prepared for our next journey here in a few minutes.
We've been travelling all right. We've had a few hiccups along the way. Been having trouble trying to get the fairing doors to work quite right. But we're making every control stop, sometimes just, but we're getting down there.
The ultimate aim for many of the teams is to reach all the control stops before they close, thereby travelling the whole distance powered by the sun. We spoke to Dr. David Snowden to find out how the teams can achieve this.
Well, we've seen the front runners go through here late last night, and now we're looking at various cars coming in. And one of the big things we've seen is that, especially with the tail runners, this control point is very hard to reach. It's a tough environment. There's people that have had breakdowns. There's people that have had motors have lost magnets because of the rough terrain. I mean, it's absolutely punishing for these cars. If the car doesn't make it to a control point before it shuts, it's allowed to miss 1 control point. If they miss 2 control points in a row, then they have to call up Mission Control and ask them what they want to do, and that'll normally be that the team will be asked to trailer forward to some location further down the road. So what it becomes is a competition between 2 groups. The teams that have made it the entire distance, they're competing based on the amount of time it's taken them to get from Darwin to Adelaide. But the teams that haven't made it the entire distance are really competing based on how far they've actually made it, and that becomes an interesting competition in itself.
The University of Minnesota have had a trying few days and arrived 10 minutes after the control stop closed, but they still had ambitions to make it to Alice under their own steam.
Yeah, we only missed it by about 10 minutes, so we're not too worried about it. We've been having some issues with our motor controllers. Yesterday we blew up 2 of them, and then we worked all night, went through, we rebuilt some motors and tore apart the controllers, swapped in some spares, and we got out there this morning and instantly something happened. We don't know what really, and we tossed on a different brand controller, and we've been running all day on it. But we've made up a little bit of time since then, so we should be pulling into Alice right at a little bit before 5 o'clock.
What we'd be expecting for Minnesota to do and for their strategists to try and do is work out how fast they have to go in order to get to Alice when they need to get there so that they don't have to trailer. And we'd be expecting them to go, slightly over that speed in order to, random possibilities or driver changes or something like that. But we'll be expecting them to just cruise on what they need to do in order to get there. And if they make it without trailering, it'll be a fantastic achievement.
The road between Darwin and Adelaide is pretty straight, but there are a few twists and turns developing in this future-fueled adventure.
Now don't forget you can find out how your favourite team fared on day 3 by visiting the results board at the Bridgestone World Solar Challenge website. So with all that said, let's take a look at the results at the end of day 3. In the Clipsal and Schneider Electric Challenger class, the Dutch Nuon team are 69 kilometres short of Kuba Pedy and hold a 20k lead over Japan's Tokai University. So this is surely the battle to watch over the next few days, as it looks like it could go down to the wire. A further 120 k's behind Tokai is Solar Team Twente, who round out the top 3. In the Michelin Cruiser class, it seems the cream is rising to the top, with Team Eindhoven first to arrive at Alice Springs. They got there at 1:44 p.m. today. They were followed by Uni of New South Wales 17 minutes later, who were able to overtake Powercore Sun Cruiser, who struggled in today's windy conditions. And finally, in the GoPro Adventure class, Aussie entry Aurora Evolution is on top. They lead Chile's Anticara. Looking at the weather, and the winds will be up again tomorrow. Plenty of dusty conditions, which is going to make life very tough for the entrants. Now the leaders, they'll pass through Kuba Pedy in the morning and should end up in Port Augusta by the end of the day. That forecast will certainly influence the cat and mouse tactics taking place at the front of the field. And Team Eindhoven, well, given the speeds they clocked today, they'll need to keep an eye on the 110 kilometre speed limit in South Australia. What a fantastic day 3 we've had here at the Bridgestone World Solar Challenge. Make sure you join us tomorrow as we bring you the latest from the Stuart Highway as the closing chapters of the challenge begin to unfold. We'll see you then.